So today we're going to learn about claims, evidence, and reasoning. So the first thing we're going to learn is how to make a claim. So I'm going to pretend that I have you in the background. So students, you can make a claim about what you observe. So you can think about what you see happening. So for example, you can, based on what you learn and what you observe, we notice that some solid things will sink in water. So we've got a bucket here, and so based on life, we know that some things sink. A claim can be made before you investigate. So take in these items. I have a lemon and a lime. Okay, I have a lemon and a lime. Okay, so I can make the claim because I know that many things sink in water. Looking at these two items, I can make the claim that both of them will sink. Okay, so if I determine that both of them will sink, then I can test it out to find out if my claim is true. So I'm just gonna say, class, what do you think? Will they both sink? Will one sink? Do you want to make a claim? You can yell it out if you want. What do you think? No?
No.
They'll float.
You think they'll float? Okay. So, and I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here and say, oh, I think they're gonna both sink. So we have no, they won't sink, they'll float, they'll sink. So a claim can be made after you investigate. So we're gonna try this out and see what happens. I'm not sure if what the book says will happen is gonna happen, so let's see what happens. Okay. So maybe back up and show like the bottom too. Like you can watch from the bottom. So what happened?
One of them floated.
Which one floated?
The lemon.
The lemon floated. What happened with the lime?
The sunk.
The lime sunk. Okay. So now we can go to the next step in our claims, evidence, and reasoning. The next step is evidence. So whenever we make a claim, if we try it out, then we can look at what happens as the evidence. So the evidence is information that shows whether or not your claim is true. Data can be used as evidence. Evidence can come from things you observe or read. So we can see that some of our claims were wrong, right? I said I'm wrong because I said they would both sink, okay? And you guys were wrong because you thought they would both float or not sink, all right? So my claim was wrong, your claim was wrong. We noticed that only the lime sank and the lemon floated. Okay, so the next step is reasoning. So reasoning tells us how or why the evidence supports the claim. You can tell why your claim is true or not. You can tell how you know. So my evidence showed that the lemon floats, okay, and the lime sinks. This proves my first claim was not true, and my second claim was true, that the lime sunk and the lemon floated, okay? So what did we learn from this experiment? That would be probably a question on Google Classroom. So do you want to say?
The chunky one floated.
The chunky one floated. So he noted that the lime is chunkier, right? What could you say about, the lemon is chunkier. It was a little bit bigger, and I was even trying at the store to get them to be like the same size, because it would be easy to assume that the bigger one would sink. But in this case, the smaller one sunk and the bigger one floated. What do you think that could mean about the lime and the lemon. Do you want to take a...
Sure. The lime is more dense and has more juice in it than the lemon does.
Okay, what do you think?
Same.
The same. Yeah, it seems to me that the lime is probably heavier because it's denser. And the lemon probably has less of it's less dense inside. So it means that it probably has less juice, because we know that the juicy part is the part that makes it heavier. So, all right, so this was our experiment. So now you're gonna go to Google Classroom and you're gonna answer the questions that are on there. And I'm just gonna go over this with you again because there were some things that I noted in this lesson that's important for you to know. So what a claim is. So we remember that a claim is a statement that you think is true. And then the second question is, what is evidence? And as we went through this experiment, we learned that evidence is information that shows whether or not your claim is true. And then the reasoning part is the part that tells us how or why the evidence supports the claim. So we looked at our evidence and we decided that based on our claim, though our claim was not true, when we used the evidence, the determination that we made based on the evidence was true. So I will see you on Zoom tomorrow, and you may go in there and answer the questions on the Google Doc in Google Classroom. Have a great day.